Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Don't forget, if you like the video, click on like and subscribe and talk about it on chat lines or wherever it is your social media activities and help us to grow and help more people. I'll talk to you soon. Column says, thanks for answering my question. I apologize for repeating. It just needed to know I'll always be heterosexual and I will find a girlfriend. You need to understand that by constantly trying to get assurance, that is not something you need. Assurance is not necessary. Ignoring these need for assurance is necessary. Because the more you do, the more you're creating a habit. And once something becomes a habit, it's very difficult to get rid of it because you wouldn't even know why you're doing it because you've forgotten all of it. Just imagine a obsession and compulsion relationship. You do the compulsion because there's an obsession. So you do the compulsion. And when you do the compulsion, you feel good. I feel safe. I feel good now. I feel balanced. And when you feel that way, what's secreted in your brain? Dopamine. The all good feeling always comes with dopamine. Or even a news of something going to be good, it also secretes dopamine. Hopefulness creates dopamine. So after a while, you're not doing the compulsion because the obsession showed up. You're not doing the compulsion because of the obsession. You are doing it a little bit for that, but you're also now, after a while, having done the compulsion, you're doing it because of that feel good thing, which is the dopamine. So after a while, you're not doing the compulsion for the obsession only, you're doing it to get the dopamine. Now you're addicted to dopamine. And after hundreds and hundreds of times of doing it, you're no longer doing it for the obsession or the dopamine, because that repetition has made it to become your habit, which has been presented by Dr. Grable from MIT through her postgraduate student, Kyle Smith, which the experience in rats showed that the training takes place, but after a while, training for a certain function, certain behavior, the rat is not doing it for the reward. The rat is doing it for the dopamine. And after a while, it's not even doing it for dopamine, is actually doing it as it becomes its habit. That's when it becomes difficult to get rid of it. When anything that you do a lot of becomes your habit, it becomes more difficult and dangerous to get rid of it. Very difficult. So that's why the more you do assurances, the assurance seeking becomes your habit. No longer you're doing it to deal with the obsession. No longer you're doing it because it makes you feel good and get dopamine in. It becomes your habit. And you don't even know why you're doing it. You're doing it for habit. And that habit becomes very difficult. In fact, Dr. Grable, through her experiences, was the first one to prove that the cluster of behavior, cluster of actions could also be considered one action to the brain. For example, Dr. Schwartz explains in his own experience of smoking. He said he smoked for 30 years at the time he made that presentation. He said, but if you ask someone who just bought a cigarette package, opened the cellophane wrap, took one of these sticks out, death sticks, out and put it in his mouth, and then got fire, which is contrary to what we are accustomed to, so not supposed to be close to our face, but got fire 2 inches away from his face, and you ask that person, start smoking, you ask that person, are you aware that you just got a pack of cigarette, opened the cellophane, took one out, put it here, and flicked a fire close to your face? He says, no, I'm just only aware of smoking. The cluster of movements and actions were translated and seemed to be to the brain as one movement, smoking. None of that was of any sequence to him. None of that was of any interest or noticeable thing that he was doing. a cluster of behavior became one. It was considered as one move, one action. That's when it becomes a habit. That's when it has become a habit. And that is very difficult to get rid of it. That's why then when something like this happens, you got to relate the habit to its effect on your health. Because whenever you connect a habit to health, it encourages that person, as difficult as the habit may be to get rid of, the health, connecting it to health of you, it will encourage you and help you to get rid of the habit. And that becomes a lift. And that was actually physically proven by a stimulating part of the brain, as I remember the study was. Anyhow, so stop seeking assurance column. That is going to become a habit, and then you will be doing it without having a breather from it, and that's not good. Jan K says, "Hi Mehran, I wanted to thank you for all the hard work you put into your videos. They helped me a lot during my life. We need more people like you." Thank you very much, Jan. I appreciate it very kindly for sharing that with us. I just hope that we will be more visible on YouTube somehow, whether it's because of the content or I don't know, sensitivity of it, or their whatever the hell is their community guideline or whatever it is. We are not visible, even though we are so helpful to all people in their relationships, in their understanding the movement of the psyche, in their thoughts and intrusive thoughts, handling and management, and lots of information here. But somehow my videos get, I don't know, 500, 200, 300 viewers, and that's it. And then over the years, people find it, there'll be 20,000, 60,000, 100,000, 300,000, 400,000. But why does it take that long when some rubbish on this YouTube suddenly gets, I don't know, 100,000 in one day? And they're not really talking sense about the relationships or intrusive thoughts and whatnot. There's only, a few channels that are really good in discussing intrusive thoughts. And one of them comes to mind is a channel that I've seen some of its content in the past just to know what's on YouTube, and I wanted to address this OCD and HOC so on. And there's a channel by a gentleman from, I think, Ireland called, they call me Jesse. And I think he's a very genuine guy who has a good heart and wants to help people. So I want you guys check his channel and see if you can get benefit from it. And another one, I think I remember I watched while ago because I wanted to know what's out there as far as addressing. The channel is called Christy Hodges. I think she's very good too. So you might want to. Christy obviously is a lady, and Jesse obviously is a gentleman. And you might want to check their channels because I think they can be a good complement to what you want to arm yourselves with understanding. So, yeah, Jan K was telling me about the channel, so I just thought I'd throw these two channels out there. So if you guys want to have some other points of views, and perhaps it would be of some interest, so you can check those channels as well. So I'm delighted that you like the channel and the content, and I hope that you'll continue benefiting from it. We have over 3,000 videos on this channel, and most of it is in regards to breakups and relationships and the movement of the psyche, and about thoughts and consciousness and fear and desire and ego, mechanical process, material process, order in life. And then we have hundreds and hundreds on OCD and HOCD, and which we discuss the interpretation of the thoughts that shows up in your brain. And then we have another playlist, lots of videos in that one as well, which is not talking about interpretation of thoughts. It actually is talking about and proving the separation between brain and you. And I think that's fundamental important to notice and learn and understand the separation between brain and you, that you're not the brain and brain is not you. And it's been discussed with many psychotherapists and psychologists, such as Dr. Schwartz, and in his book Brain Lock. And then you will be able to free yourself from this nonsense When you understand that you're not supposed to follow your brain and the brain's production, as that is just fart in the air, scientifically spoken. All right, okay, let's go to what we have here is, oh, they call me Jesse. Oh my goodness. You're here as well. So you just heard me what I said. I shouldn't have said something bad about you. Jesus, I should have known. Well, glad that you're here, Jesse. I just was talking about you. It's a we have an expression in my mother tongue language where I was born. It says, if you're talking about somebody and then you hear from them, it means they're a legitimate son or the daughter. So obviously, that was a pleasant experience. More power to you, Jesse. More power to you. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com, making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.